What was that? That was the jar of names. As always, right, let's pick up a name for this day, for this podcast. Right, okay, I've got one. I've got a name, everybody. So, this video is for everyone, including, but not excluded to, Carts753. Right, okay, let's get into this update. Where's my list? Here it is. Right. Okay, let's start this cup of tea in the podcast with a cup of tea. It's probably still going to be too hot, but oh well. Still too hot. Okay, anyway. Right, alright, where am I? Yes, okay. Hello, jar of names, tea. Magic May continues, because it's still Magic May. Okay. Anyway, right, okay, let's get into it. So, this is Cup of Tea in the podcast. If you want to skip ahead to any of the topics for today, we have Codeline, High Hopes. We're going to be talking about that in the topic. We've got TV time as well today. We've also got a question. We've also got a new segment, which is this week's comment. And we're also going to name off the stuff as well later on. But okay, yes. If you want to skip ahead, you can find the skip codes to these topics in my comment, which I put first, which will hopefully still be there. I don't know how it all works, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, it is there, hidden in the comments below. Right, okay, so let's start this. So, start off with reading off what we had this week and what we had last week. Where is my documentation on my computer? Here it is. Right, okay, so last week we had a Cup of Tea in the podcast, episode 40, 4th of the 5th, 2015, Harvest Moon Back to Nature, episode 16, go, 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 all the way, all the way, all the way. Oddworld New and Tasty, episode 5, Avon Elam, Harvest Moon Back to Nature, episode 17, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Oddworld New and Tasty, episode 6, Swarm of Them, Harvest Moon Back to Nature, episode 18, Dr. Tim's Monster, and Try Learning Something, episode 4, Card Tricks. Right, alright, and we've also got this week. For today, we have a Cup of Tea in the podcast, episode 41, 11th of the 5th, 2015, that is this episode. And then later today, we have Harvest Moon Back to Nature, episode 19, The Warrior Who Clucked. And then Tuesday, we've got similar, Oddworld New and Tasty, episode 7, Abe and Elam, Ride Again. Wednesday, we've got Harvest Moon Back to Nature, episode 20, Horror's Chicken Phoenix. And then on Thursday, we have Oddworld New and Tasty, episode 3, Dangle the Madocan in Front of the Scrab. And Friday, we have Harvest Moon Back to Nature, episode 21, This is Bee Squad to Hive. Right, okay, yes, and we've also got next week's Trisent videos where we talk about more at the end with the hints and everything. Okie dokie. What is next? Update, I believe, but I don't think there's anything in the update, so there's no point in talking about the update, really. Yeah, I suppose the update, the only thing that's sort of note is I have started planning quarter 2. I've sort of in full swing sort of now. I'm on the biggest one at the moment, which is out this month. It's quite a big one, which is why I'm spending a lot of time doing it, but it's hopefully going to be really good. I think it's out the last Saturday of May. And it's not really to do with Magic May, it's magic in the sense there's talking animals. But that's probably the only magical thing about it. There's nothing specifically magical about it like what we're doing this at the moment. But that is that. Okay, so topic, let's talk about Codeline High Hopes. Right, there's what's it called? An annotation on the screen at the moment of a music video from Codeline called High Hopes. Now, if you want to click on the annotation, it will pause the video and open it up in a new tab, so you don't have to worry about anything. Like, just to click it, go watch it, come back, press play, and we'll continue to talk about it. Right, I will assume you're back now and have watched it, and more importantly, watch the actual video content, not the music, the video content of it. Right, so what I want to talk about is I like these types of music videos where they're sort of thinky, where you have to sort of think about what you could think about it. You can take it out of, like, you can watch it and it'd be nice, but you can also think about it and see what would happen and be like, oh, that's interesting, maybe that happened. Right, okay, but let me just do a rundown of what happened in case you didn't want to watch it. Right, so first off, the actor is in it is Sir Davos Seaworth, the Onion Knight from Game of Thrones. Yes, I love Sir Davos. He's a good actor. I think it's Liam Cunningham, I think his name is. But first off, he's in a car and he's trying to kill himself. That's what he's doing. He's got like a pipe on the exhaust going into the car, and this sort of noxious fumes are filling up the car, and he's going to kill him slowly. Or I don't know if it's a good way to die or not. I'm not sure. It sounds like it's a quiet way to sort of drift off to sleep sort of thing. But anyway, he's trying to kill himself, and then we soon find out why he's going to kill himself is because, well, we assume the bride that's coming towards him was getting married to someone else, but she changed her mind, and that's why he's going to kill himself, because she didn't think he was. No, he didn't think she was. But yeah, but she comes choosing in because obviously he chooses Sir Davos Seaworth. She's going to become Mrs. Seaworth. And obviously the groom is running off after her as well, and does not seem happy. Anyway, you get like a little montage of them being happy together and all that sort of stuff, and blah 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 blah. And then they get shot by the begruntled groom that was left behind at the altar, jilted, I suppose you'd call it. Then they get into then Sir Davos is in the hospital, and you think that Sir Davos is alive. That's what I'm going to call him. I know he's not in it, but that's what I'm going to call it. But Davos is alive, and then you see a bed being made, so you assume that the wife died. But then you see at the end that she's not dead. She comes up behind him and sort of puts her hand around him, gives him a little hug and stuff like that. Right, now the reason I want to talk about it is because this is why I find these things interesting. There are 3 possible reasons behind this, or whatever the right word is to use. You know, things that could have happened in this video, or explanations to the video, we should say. There's 3 of them, and this is why I find it interesting. Right, so the first one is that when they got shot, the most unlikely one is that they both died. Like, when they got shot, they both died. Like, the hospital, I don't know what, this is why I don't think it's unlikely, but they both could have died in the hospital. It was like a dream or heaven or whatever. You know, he was waking up in heaven, so that would explain, like, why they're both together and sort of things, and why they survived. You know, that's just, I think that's the most unlikely stuff, but that's what you could think of it. Now, the second one is probably more than likely. This is what some people think. I've read the comments and stuff of it, but they say that what happened was, so Davos lived, so the guy lived, but the wife did actually die, and the bit at the end was him saying, like, it's a symbology to say that she's still with him in spirit, sort of thing. Like, his memories of her are what keep her alive, sort of thing. But she did actually die. So there's that one. I believed in the first one. Well, no, I believed. So there's 4 actually. No, there's 4. There's 4 different scenarios. Or is there? Yes, there's 4 different scenarios. Yeah, because the actual one that I believed first was they both survived. That the whole thing was real. Which I like to think, because it's a happy ending, and that's what I like about things. But the other one is something that is quite unusual, which I thought, oh, maybe that one's right. Perhaps at the start, when he was trying to kill himself with the car fumes and everything, maybe he died then, and everything else after that was a dream, or heaven, or whatever you want to call it, afterlife. Because you never know, because he could have succeeded in killing himself, and that would obviously mean that the wife was running up to him. And obviously all this other information and stuff about her being happy together and stuff. But obviously him dying in that part seemed a little bit weird and unusual, and probably wouldn't happen that way. But you never know; it could have happened that way. Because if you think about it, why would she run away from the altar? Like, she was getting to get married to this guy, and then she decides to run away. And I think we find out later in the video as well that she was abused by him, judging from the bruises on her back or something. That's what I took away from it anyway. But yeah, it's just really interesting about these music videos and how people interpret them. Because there's no obviously words, and you have to sort of interpret them yourself. And that is what I think about it. That's sort of my own interpretation of it. So yeah, it'd be interesting to find out what your interpretations are, but that's not this week's question. Right, anyway, that's that done. Let's talk about TV time. So TV time. Sad news, Constantine was cancelled, which is sad. I was really getting into that. Although there is some good news, because they might be able to bring him as a guest character on The Arrow as Constantine, which I think is quite good. It still keeps the actor sort of alive, even though it would have been dead. Although I suppose the show isn't dead yet. There's still this chance of it getting picked up by another studio, which I hope so happens, but we'll see what happens at that size. But he could come back on The Arrow and stuff, and like sort of a guest actor, which I would like, because I like the actor. He's a good one. He also plays the voice actor of Edward Kenway in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Same guy, which I think was amazing. I was really enjoying that. I was like, he's a pirate, he's an assassin. Anyway, yes, also Arrow and The Flash, they're finishing soon, but we'll talk about that when they actually have finished. Game of Thrones, still loving Game of Thrones. I'm actually a bit disappointed, because I usually watch it after the podcast. I record the podcast on the Saturday, Sunday. But I can't do that anymore, because the way I watched it is less than legal. Because I obviously don't have Sky and stuff. But yeah, so sadly I have to, I can't do it now, because they were released, like, what's the word? Prematurely released online, which is how I watched those the same time as it was aired in the US. And now I can't do that, because I watched all of them ones. But I can't get number 5, because that's not out yet. That'll be out tomorrow, so I'll have to watch it tomorrow, which is a sad tale, but oh well. But yeah, really getting into that, it's sort of picked up. The first few episodes were a bit meh. In fact, the first one was a bit meh, then the second one was about, okay, that's good, yeah. And the third one, it was like, yeah, I'm loving it. Yeah, anyway. And also this weekend coming up is Atlantis Finale. It's a 2-episode special, which should be quite good, and I'll talk more about that in 2 weeks' time on the next Doodaddy podcasty thing. Yeah. Anyway, let's get on. Am I actually recording? I feel like I'm not recording. I am recording, that's good. Let's get on to the community stuff then. So, we have Mention Monday. These are the people that commented on last week's videos. Oh, I didn't mention what the pictures were. I'll talk about that at the end as well. You're okay. Okay, so the people that commented on last week's videos, they are as follows after a cup of tea. Okay, so we have Horrier, Mr. Domic98, Mr. Big White 661199, 40k Warrior Man, Nick Pro, That Horse 2, and Dragon Lord 55511. So thank you for all for commenting. If you want to get in the jar of names, which is the thing at the start of the video, or if you just want to get in next week's Mention Monday, place a comment between now and next Sunday, preferably on the latest videos, because sometimes I forget to go back to the old videos, because it's quite hard to keep track of that, but that is how you get in that sort of stuff. Right, okay, what else we got? Q&A now. Right, so Mr. Big White 661199 asks, have you ever played Payday the Heist or any of the Twisted Metal games? I know of both of those games. Twisted Metal I've never played, or Payday I've never played, but I know about Payday quite, I say vividly, but I know it quite a bit because I watch a playthrough of someone that does it. I'm actually quite ironically watching it right now because I'm going back through his old videos. Jesse Cox is on. Jesse Cox. Jesse Cox. His videos. That's who I'm watching at the moment, and that's obviously where I've got to at this point in time with the Payday the Heist videos. So yes, I am actually watching that, and I don't know if I would like to play that one. That one might be interesting to play. It's not my sort of game, so I won't go out on a limb to play it. But yeah, I've never played it, but I do quite like the look of Payday the Heist. Twisted Metal, still not my type of game either, so probably not. We have Dragonlord55511 asks, hello Sir JDTwoSixTwo, I have a question and riddle for you. Question, are you planning to play any LEGO video games if you are even allowed to? I assume you mean on a video series. I would love to play the video games outside of YouTube because I want to. My nan's a big fan of the LEGO games. So, yeah, I usually get hold of them after her as well, so I get to play them. And yeah, I want to, but obviously Skyrim, which I haven't started yet. Oh, was that my goal from last week? Oh, I don't think it was. Spoiler, I failed it. Okay, what else have we got? The riddle, of course it is. Oh yes, no, the video series. I probably can't do a video series because I don't think the copyright allows. Because I know, for example, say Lego Star Wars, I can't do that because of the music. But I could probably turn the music off, but I feel like that would be very bad because you like them Star Wars music. That's what makes it Star Wars as well. So I'll have a look at it. I would like to do it, but obviously at the moment it's probably too much planning to think ahead of that. So I haven't thought about it extensively yet. But I'll have to try and have a look at it later on. So maybe, but I don't think so, because I think you can't. I know some people have. I don't think you can, so I'll sort it out. And the riddle. Okay. What has 4 fingers and a thumb, but is not living? Hint, you use this when you're doing physical work, like firewood cutting. What has 4 fingers and a thumb? Right, I'm thinking glove. Because you've got, obviously, 4 fingers and a thumb that goes through. But the hint, when you use doing physical work, like firewood cutting, like I assume you use a glove, like a strong glove when you're doing that, but is it not? Like, it seems like the hint might have been something like use it in the winter or something. But I can't quite tell. I think I'm going to go with glove, because I can't think what else it is, but when you're doing physical work like firewood cutting, what else would you do that for? Couldn't be a handle. Or the blade or anything could be. No, I think it's glove. I'm going to go with glove because I can't see what else it would be. But yeah, I'm going to say glove. Right, that's all the questions this week. Let's go on to subscribers. So this is subscribers. We've gone up to 1,040. Going up slowly but surely, which is good. Right, we have Darren Lee, Prowler Wolf's channel, and Will Bang OK. No, not OK. We're not Bang, as you so crudely put it. Yes, those are the people that have subscribed this week. So welcome to the team. Or, as a little, not a hint from 40k Warrior Man, it was more of a inspired by 40k Warrior Man community, because it's got a T at the end. Welcome to the community. Right, okay, what else we got? Question. What was last week's question? Last week's question was, what would you like from a Kickstarter reward? 40k Warrior Man says, if I wanted a donation reward, I would write my name in a special thanks bit at the end of the credits with a fancy nickname thing. Yes, I think they are actually doing that for the ukulele thing. Yeah, they are doing the older names in the comments, credits, as like a thank you for the game, which is, I think they usually mostly do that with their Kickstarter things, but yeah, that's quite a good one. It's always a good one to go to. Right, and this week's question, what is this week's question? What is this week's question? Oh yeah, it's written on my paper, I've forgotten where it was written. Right, tomorrow, Tuesday the 12th, 5 o'clock UK time, GMT it is, there is a reveal of Assassin's Creed, the next one, which I think is codenamed Victory, which I guess it might be the actual name, we don't know. But it's the one theorised that it's set in the United Kingdom during the Victorian era, which, judging from all the imagery, definitely seems like that is the case due to that leak a few months back. Which, yes, what do you think about it? What would you like to see included in that and stuff like that? Like I said, I've never played anything past 3 yet because I'm Skyrim, but once I finish Skyrim, it's going to be so good. I'm going to be able to gorge myself on Assassin's Creed, which I'm going to love. But yeah, what would I like to see, and am I excited for it? Of course I'm excited for it. It's Assassin's Creed. I saw in the comments somewhere, how long is this video? I still have to talk about it. Yeah, I saw in the comments about someone saying, oh, I won't buy this because of you know, oh, it needs to be polished and up to date, and my only vote is not to buy the game or pre-order or stuff like that. I find that silly. Like, I saw someone saying, I'll buy the game anyway if it's Assassin's Creed, because I love the series and story and stuff. And it replies to that comment was, oh yeah, but brains are asleep, what was it he said? It's brains are asleep. Oh, what is it? People will just buy stuff because it's got a name in it and that's not right. It has to be developed properly and stuff. Which, yes, I do agree, but no, because Assassin's Creed, if the gameplay is rubbish, I'm still going to enjoy the story. And I haven't played these, so I'm not going to tell you they're all rubbish. But if I play them and they are rubbish, then yeah, fair enough. But no, I will always give the benefit of the doubt. That's just my style of thing. So I will obviously pre-order this and get the stuff for it and play it. But that's my theory. I give the benefit of the doubt. Like, people say that Assassin's Creed 3 was quite bad. I thought the gameplay was quite bad. Like, they drastically changed the controls and stuff, and I didn't like that. That was a downside for me. I still enjoyed the game, but it's not my favourite. And then obviously people say Black Flag was a really big step up for them. So maybe that's again. Maybe obviously the Unity was a little bit of a disappointment. So maybe Victory. I'm going to call it Victory because I think that's what its codenamed is. So maybe Victory might be better. And I hope it is because it's set in Britain. It's the native land. It's the homeland. Save the homeland. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. And what would I like to see? I don't like gimmicky stuff like the... what was the gimmicky stuff from one of the games? Like the hook blade. I found the hook blade was very gimmicky and I was not a big fan. It worked, but I wasn't a big fan of that. So what would I like to see? Since it's the Industrial Revolution... No, it's not the Industrial Revolution. It's the Victorian era. I would like to say more custom... I always say the same thing. Customization. Like, I know Unity had the cafe or the Le Cafe or whatever it was called. I forget the name they used. But I would like something like that. Because I know for certain that that sort of time there are sort of... I don't know if they're called I think maybe gentlemen's clubs they're called or something similar to that, like tea bars or something like that. Because I know in... what's it called? The Assassin's Creed book, the one based on Assassin's Creed 3, which had the point of view of Haytham Kenway. Is that right? I think it might... Yeah, that might be right. I know for a fact that at the start of that, there was a certain bar they went to. I don't think it was White's. White's is the famous one in London, which is real. I'm not sure if that's the one they went to, but anyway, it's like a gentleman's club sort of thing. So maybe you can have something like that. Obviously not a gentleman's club, because I mean we're modern now. We don't exclude ladies because of that. We're modern. So hopefully something like similar to that. And obviously with the Assassin's Creed, the Assassin's Creed, literally their creed says that everyone is equal. So I guess in the Assassin's Creed terms, it wouldn't be a gentleman's club because they would allow anyone in, because otherwise that would be going against everything that the Assassins pretty much stand for. So yeah, I'd like to see something like that. Maybe that could be replaced with Cafe from Unity, which I didn't play, which I assume it was a success, that bit there. I've never really heard any people say about it, but in my eyes, that's a good idea. Anyway, I'm talking too much. I need to get on with this stuff. Sorry about that. Like I said, I can go on forever talking about this stuff. Right, and a new segment this week is... I've always wanted to do this. I've seen a few comments like the past 3 weeks about it, but it was always from the same person. So this week I found a comment from someone that's not the same person that I saw. So I'm going to start it because I thought now that I found someone from someone else, I think it's valid. No, I'm not just going to pick the same person every week. Right, but this week's comment, which I thought was a good one, it's basically going to say a comment that I really enjoyed and I thought was quite clever and very well played. This one is from That Horse 2, who said, "Try commenting something, episode 1, Hello World," which, because of my Try Something series, is usually try learning something, episode 1, blah, 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 blah. So I thought that was quite ingenious, That Horse 2. And hats off to you. And I replied saying the comment was amazing, and you replied with, "Try commenting something, episode 2, commenting reply," which continues the awesomeness of that comment. So that is why that is this week's comment. Of course, you could get your name in this week's comment next week as well. We'll see how it goes on. Right, and birthdays. There are no birthdays this week as far as I'm aware. If you have a birthday, let me know what it is, and I'll add it to the book and give you a happy birthday when the week is out and when it is your birthday. Okay, what is next? It's the outro. Okay, so that's this week done. Goals of the week. I haven't really done this big segment this week because I think I'm going to do the same as last week. Still keeping up with editing all the videos out so they're ready to be read off on this podcast. That seems to be going well, so I think that's that goal completed. The second goal was to to release episodes by about 6 or 7. Still not doing very well on that. I do it a few days, but a few days I don't as well. So that's another goal. I'm going to carry that one over to try and get that done. And I think the last week's comment was to start Skyrim again, which I haven't done. I'm hopefully going to do it today. Possibly. Probably not. Maybe tomorrow, actually. Yes, so hopefully that might be done then, but I'll let you know next week because that'll have to carry over as well. But yeah, start back Skyrim again. Well, not again, but carry on with it. And that's that done. Right, where else are we? Okay, so hints. Last week's hints, the read off word was card. I put the letters in the video and nobody found it, so more Third times, you did not find it. And this one it's a worded one, it is, they only have one good jump in them to begin with. What could it be for this week's Try Something video? You'll have to work it out yourself and let me know. Right, alright then. It's a very lengthy thing. I hope this is not actually 21 minutes long. I know my recording is, but hopefully the video isn't. So I'll just finish my cup of tea, and I will say goodbye. And what film? You have disturbed the dirt.